All right, everybody, we made it home from the swap meet, the first swap meet of 2025, and it was great. Great enthusiasm. Everybody was happy. I saw a lot of dealers just wipe out all their old stuff that you see every month. Brought in all new stuff, upbeat. There was a lot of dealers missing, probably because of travel or just being wiped out over the holidays. It didn't really have much of an impact. I did really good. I stayed within my budget, and I filled my little shopping cart twice, and I just got a ton of stuff that I'm going to keep, and I got a ton of stuff I'm taking straight to the booth. So if you're into it, stick around and let's do this. All right, the first thing up here is these Bosms. These are made in England. I'm not sure if you're familiar with these little chalk characters, but they used to be big sellers down in my booth. They've slowed down, and only some of the characters are actually desirable. The pirate is the best one out of all of them. This Saudi guy right here, Lawrence of Arabia, he's awesome. And this guy here with the turban is awesome, and so is the pipe guy. So really, these were $1 a piece, and I swooped them. I've got them all for one money, and I'm taking them down to my booth. I don't flood my booth. I take them down about 2 at a time. All right, we got the Bosms off the table. There is one caveat, is that this dude ain't going anywhere. He's absolutely permanent fixture to the shop. All right, next up is a sweet Cub Scout or Boy Scout. I think this is where your neckerchief goes through. I think you pull down through here and pull it up, and I think you wear this. That's what I think this is. Maybe this was an award or something, but if anybody knows something about this, let me know. It's super cool. It ain't going anywhere. It's got to stay here. It's going to be up on the shelf for us all to enjoy. As a tribute to James over at Old School, I noticed that he had a similar fly tying vise, and I got this for $1, and I'm going to try my hand at tying some flies. In fact, if he comes to Turkey Foot this year, if we meet up again, I'm going to bring this and some fly tying stuff, and I'm hoping I can get a lesson. Next up is a competitive compass game. Boy Scouts of America. And as you know, there's nothing about games with the Boy Scouts, so this is a training exercise. And but look what's inside here. The coolest. Look at that glass. That thing is so wicked. Look at that thing. Can you see it? Anyway, I think these are the cards. I think basically you do some coordinates on a map, starting point, go to 36 degrees at 122 feet. So I think this is something I could probably learn how to use a compass. So this will probably go down the road someday, but I don't know. This compass is so cool, right? And it feels like glass. I'm pretty certain it's glass. So this is going to be in the we'll see. We'll see that one. Okay. Next up is this bad boy. I don't know about you guys, but it looks like ivory to me. It must be some sort of, I was thinking some sort of hair, hair pick or something, but maybe something for eating. And then look, it's got a spoon in the back too. I don't know if anybody's got any ideas about what that is, or if that looks like ivory to you, let me know, because it looks like ivory to me. Every one of these things here were $1 a piece. These were $1/4 piece. I don't know if you know what these are. These are the best tarp. You put your tarp in here, and then you cam this down, and then you tie your rope onto this, or anything. These things are phenomenal, and these are 25 cents a piece. And I grabbed 2 of these, and I love them, and they're going to go in my camp kit. Next up, 1, 2, 3, 4. Check out these horns. They're old school party horns. Looks like Lone Ranger on this one. Here's like a horse racing guy, but he's on a hobby horse. Here's one here where the kids have found some jewels. They work and they're awesome. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them. I got the whole shaboo for $1. And I think I could put these. I got a double here of the Lone Ranger. I think it's going to go up here on my deal here because it's too cool. And then I'll probably bundle those 4 up and maybe go $10 on those. So those will go down to the booth. Next up, a couple of cool tapes here. I caught the guy sleeping on this one right here. This is Iron Maiden Power Slave. This particular CD is not like, I'm sorry, cassette is not like the other ones we see where you don't have the marker on the edge like this, like the other ones. Picked up this one, and I picked up another one, Dead Milkman, punk rock. I picked up these two. These are definitely going to go in my collection. Next up is this sweet little cat, and he's a wall hanger. And look at his little pull is a mouse, and when you pull on it, he does a little kip. Not sure what we'll do with this guy. Probably take him down to the booth, but I hope he doesn't get busted. I actually got that and this homemade little cow, little folk cow at the same thing, and I think it was $1 for the pair. Also got a nice old set of cards, Budweiser cards. These are old school. Check it out. Dig. And let's see what the oh yeah, these are nice. Oh, it's full. These are nice cards. Yeah, though they're all in order. These might have never even been played before. So I'm thinking about maybe putting these in my camp kit in case James over at Harshman Hills wants to play some cards in the fall. Budweiser, the king of beers. I don't drink Budweiser, but people say it's the king of beers. This is a cool little pouch. It's a little, it just closes, and it's missing its strap. There was a little snap on right there, but it was $1. And I don't know, something cool was in here, maybe a razor or something like that. But it's a neat little leather pouch. I might put my hand at popping this out and like putting my own strap in there and like putting something in here that would be like really cool. We'll see. It was $1. I grabbed it. Next up, Japan. Look at this little sweet little camp knife. Let me open it up and I'll show it to you. All right, here it is. Check out this little beauty. Isn't that cool? It's all there. I love this little thing. It's tiny. So there's my hand. You can see the body of it. It's like the frame is not even as long as my thumb. Pretty cool. Probably gonna go in the knife box. Yeah. Look at that. That thing is beautiful. All right. Next. I'm going to get this off my bench. This is a authentic treasure scoop. I don't know if you're familiar with these, but if you ever see something like this, look around like the sporting goods area, and you know this is going to be thought of as a golf ball scoop. This is not. This is like a beachcomber and rock hounding scoop. These go for like $50-$60. And look at that. It's got like a little pick on the edge. So, you know, you can use this as your cane. You can walk down the beach or down by the river, and this is a treasure scoop. This particular one is an original one. It's called the Rock Scooper, and it's made in Wisconsin, Burlington, Wisconsin. Definitely keeping this one, and I'll tell you why is because I bet I've sold 5 of these in the past, and every time that I sell one, I'm like, man, I wish I had that. And I think this time I'm just going to go ahead and lay it up, and I'm going to keep this one. All right, next up is this pail. My wife thinks it might be a medical pail for animals. It's stainless. It's in really nice shape. It can you can hook this and it'll lay flat against the wall. It hasn't been made. It's dirty on the inside, but $2, I grabbed it. It's a cool little pail. Maybe wash some parts or whatever, but it's a nice one. It's got some nice heft to it. Sorry about that. I couldn't not do it. There it is. There's the inside. It's a nice little pail. I don't know what it is on the outside of it. There's like a white residue on the outside. But I think I'm going to keep rubbing on it and see if I can get it all off of there. But there's how it's coming along. Sweet pail. All right, next up. This is a nice old Corgi. It's dirty. It's a Corgi Junior. I think this is England or Italy, and it's just sweet old school truck and camper. I'm gonna clean this up and put this in my collection. One of these days I need to do a video of my cars. This one will go down to the booth. This is actually a magnetic train car. This is a newer one. I think this is Thomas, but it's magnetic on both sides. It's something like that. This is an old. This is a. What year is this? It's number 7. Matchbox, 1971. Lindsay. Yeah, Lindsay Productions, 1971. This is a pretty cool one. I don't have it. This is not my favorite type of car to collect, but I definitely grab these old 70s and beyond. This is a Stomper. It's actually Stomper by Schrader. They actually made these in the 80s. These are worth really good money. This particular one is, I think Rally, R-A-L-L-Y-E, bought them out. Is what I think has happened. But like this version of the Stomper could go for $60 or $70. I think I looked this one up, and I think this was like $40. This particular one, and if it runs, I'll put it with the collection, or or maybe get rid of it or whatever. We'll see. This was $1. It's an old Vita Can or Velveeta cheese box. Growing up, Mom and I lived on this cheese, and this just brought up an awesome memory. Look at that. There was never a time, I'm sure she was picking this cheese up somewhere on donation, is my thought, because we never had a time where we didn't have this. So I'll put something cool in this, something that I need to store and hang on to this. But this one, this is a real cool one. This, I'm told, it was a store display. There's nothing in it, and it's never been opened, ever. And it says rare, 1950s food display. And the artwork is just phenomenal on this. Look at this thing. It is just so cool. Never opened. Unfortunately, the key, because if you remember right, you would lift this tab right here, and then you'd put the key in there, and then you would twist it around, and it would basically unravel this key. There's nothing in here, so she told me with very strict confidence that this was a store display. I had to have it. Look at the ham. I want a ham sandwich right now. This I'm gonna have to look up. It's a Tandy XII. I did open this up and I looked to see if there was battery rot on the terminals. Nothing, and it's got the book. It's got the directions in it and everything. Computerized arcade game, 12 games in one. These are collectible. I don't know how much this one is, but it's a Tandy 12, and I'm just gonna have to see what it's about. It was $1. All right, this was hanging on the wall. This guy here, this little scoop. It's got a hole in it right here. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it. It was $1 and I grabbed it. But check this out. Check this scoop out. Isn't that a beauty? It says C.H. Irwin, Redmond, Oregon. It says Redmond, Oregon furniture, and it says we also buy. So this was probably a scoop that you would get, at like at the furniture store, maybe like a giveaway or something like that, when you buy something. But it's really cool. C.H. Irvin, IRVIN, Redmond, Oregon furniture we also buy. So it's like a business card. I don't know if you know anything about this scoop. It looks like a really specific scoop. It's interesting. Maybe there's something I'm missing. Maybe there's something to do with furniture. I don't know. This is just a novelty item. I think it's just going to be a wall hanger out there on the outside of my shop. Next up, boom, check this beauty out. This is a nice pan. It's got dippings on both sides. It's a wherever. It's a wherever number 306. Aluminum. Nice handle. No jigglings. I mean, this is a beautiful, beautiful, lightweight, perfect pack size pan. Robert over at Fire and Coffee just last week picked up an art piece, and I found an art piece too. So he is absolutely onto something. Check all the areas where there's like kitchenware and stuff like that. This is an actual cold handle, number 49. Look at that. And this just needs to be restored. Mine's not nearly as bad painted as his was. His whole thing was painted. But thanks, Robert. Thanks for the tip. And I got one too. Next up, this is an interesting one. What did we pay for this one? This one was $6. It says special small camp fry. Camp fry is what it says. I'll take this number 6 off of here, and we'll get a look at it. It's enamelware. There we go. I don't see any brand, but I do like the fact that it's nice and deep like this. And this is going to actually clean up really nice. This is no joke. This is a legit pan. I like it. What do you think? Graniteware kind of thing. That'll be fun. Got to keep the little pans. Got to keep them. All right, next up, a couple of cassette. These are made in my hometown. These are little wood cassette carrier. Put cassettes in storage, and these are made in my hometown. When I was in high school, this was like one of the go-to places to get a job. Is at this place. It's now called the California Oak Wood Box, but it was called the Napa Valley something crate, and they would make wooden crates, and a lot of what they did is they made a lot of CD or cassette storage containers. All right, we're winding down. Stay tuned when you see what I'm going to do with this. Of course, this is a repop, I know, but it is copper and it is well made. Copper and brass. It's very well made, but I've got plans for this, and I'm going to do a whole video and show you what I'm going to try and do with this. It's going to be fun. Stay tuned on this one. All right, we're winding to the end. I ran into an old guy. It was his last day. He's not going to do the flea market again. He's done. And he had this sign, and I'm like, hey, I go, did you make this sign, or are you selling this sign? He says, no, I made the sign just to, to advertise my booth. And I'm like, oh man, are you going to take it with you? And he says, no. He says, you want it? And I'm like, heck yeah, check this bad boy out. I love this thing. Boom, thank you so much. And I'm going to put it up here in the shop so that we can all enjoy it. Because, I don't know, it kind of gives me a little, woo. Every time I look at it, it kind of, I don't know, it just makes me feel something. So thank you. I appreciate it. That was an awesome score. Right down from him, got this Coleman jug. Now, don't get too excited. This is the Holy Grail color in my book. This is the Holy Grail cover, but the box is phenomenal. It even has the lid, or it has the the flaps on it. They're all still there. And where did this come from? Hillsboro, Oregon. It was shipped to Economy Drug from Maynard Sales Company in Portland, Oregon. It doesn't have a date, but look at how clean this box is. Now this thing looks like it's been rolled down a hill, but it's got its cap. And one thing you want to look for on these caps, this was $5, by the way. I gladly paid it. Is you want to make sure that it's not split, because these split. And then you want to make sure it's got the drinking cup that's inside here. Now, this will do in a pinch. This is a 1973, July 1973, and this is the color I'm looking for and the size. I'm looking for the bigger jug like this and this color. So this will get me by for right now. But look at this, Kachkushka. Look at that, big old dent all along here, and it's got some rust. But you know what? I'm happy. $5, and then boy, if I can find a real clean blue jug, and I'll have the box for it, and I'll swap it out, and it'll be great. I took a chance on this. I paid real money for it. He asked $10 for it. I gave him 10 for it, because I got to tell you, if this thing does not look like it was made by Coleman, I mean, I don't know what. I mean, just the rivets, the way, like if you look at a stove stand, it looks to be identical to the way like one of those stove stands would have been constructed. But this is a stadium chair with a fold-up back. I can't find anything on it as far as markings. The only thing that attracted me to it is that it just literally looks like a Coleman product. Coleman makes like newer stadium chairs, but I've just never seen anything like this. So this is going to be something to research. I think it's a long shot. It's probably not a Coleman, but my goodness, I mean, I wonder if Coleman didn't make it for somebody. You know, it's old school. It's even got the grabbers so that it clips on when you actually go to the stadium. You bring these down and you hook this on so that it doesn't slide back. So now you're not pushing back into the people behind you. It's just built so nice. Such a good quality little chair. I had to have it. I paid up for it. I paid a whopping $10 for this baby. 4 items left and we're home free. Oh. My favorite thing is the last thing. I found this really cool old green box. What I think this is a box. See, there's no handles on the sides. There's no handles on the top. And then there's 4 bolts on the bottom. I think that this would have went behind the seat of a tractor. This would have been the toolbox, you know, that you'd see on an implement, right? But look at this baby, real nice, real good shape. I'm gonna do something cool with it. I'm not sure what, but maybe if you got some ideas, I think we should put this thing back into use. What do you think? Next up, these have already been claimed. These are little jewels that someone made. They wrapped some wire around these marbles, or these little glass marbles. My wife's already claimed them. I got them for her anyway. But anyway, I told her that she doesn't get to get them until you guys get your eyes on them. Pretty cool little jewels, tree jewels or something like that you put out in the yard or something like that. Pretty cool. Now, this guy made this knife. He made this. It's so cool. I love it. It has really good feel to it, and it's got like a really current bushcrafting kind of a right look. It's all full tank. It's all down through here. It's pretty sharp. I love this thing. What do you think? Pretty cool knife. I love it. Anyway, I had to pay him $10. He personally made this. And he had a couple of other ones. This one was clearly, I thought, was the best one. But we'll see. All right, next up, Tell me this is not cool. So you probably saw this in the video. This is an olive oil. It's a military olive oil container, and it's so weird. Me and the guy, I got such a killer deal on this because we were both laughing. Whoever owned this actually took an engraver and engraved like what this is, what the guy's name is, what the era of it is, that it's military. It's an Italian Army issue circa 1950. It's 5 liters. It's for olive oil, and it's unused. It's just so weird that this is actually etched into it. I am going to paint this. You're going to see what I'm going to do with this. This thing's going to be really cool, and you're going to see it in my videos to come. Well, I'll just tell you right now, I'm making a fuel can out of this. I'm going to make a fuel can out of this, and it's going to be awesome. It's got a 3-stage spout. It's got the top comes off, this comes off, and then the outer comes off. It's pretty cool. It's really light, and I like how it's compact, and it's probably going to take about 5 liters. So how many liters are in a gallon? I don't know. We'll have to figure it out. So this will be in a future video. I can't wait to share it with you. Now, last but not least is check this knife out. James, I thought of you when I saw this. This is a wooden knife someone has made. Look at that art on that. It reminds me so much of you. Look at this baby. It's got nice feel to it. You know, it's sharp. You know, it's just too cool, right? To use your term, it's just too cool. Now, what would be cooler than this, right? How about all of them? How about the whole set? Let me actually put this over there, and I'll turn you around, and we'll take a look at this together. So this one actually came from, I think it came from right there, and then that means that they're all there, right? Boom! Look at this bad boy. Look at the wood. Look at this piece of wood that's on the back here. It's got a hole down here and a hole down here. So I think what I'm going to do is hang this like this. I think that's probably how the art piece went. Is it probably hung, and that's probably what I'll do. I got to find just the right place, get that other knife put on there, and get that hung. What do you think, James? I think you'd love that thing. If you haven't been over to see what James over at Old School is doing, he's actually making these knives, and he's actually trying to make a pocket knife by hand, like a pull-out lock blade pocket knife. You got to get over there and take a look at that artwork. So I just love it. Everybody, thanks for hanging out. I know it's a long video, and I had to do it in 2 parts. We had a real fun weekend. Spent $115 yesterday, and I spent about $90 today. So pretty expensive weekend. I'm gonna rally everything up right here and get everything over onto the sales table. And right away, I think I'm real close to the number I need to get out of this stuff. And then I've picked up some really cool stuff from my own collection. So everybody have a safe week next week. Thanks for hanging out, and we'll see you next time.